once more time. Okay. Hello. Yeah. It's capturing. Let's start. So today's topic is, guys, let's continue with the Linux today. Today's topic will be file permissions. So suppose you must have encountered this scenario in your day-to-day life that someone shares a file. Maybe आपका friend कोई आपको एक file भेजता है, और this scenario happens mostly on Telegram maybe. If you are using Telegram much, so they will say like you don't have access to this, you don't have access to this file, or you don't have access to this video. So how do they manage this permissions? So let's start with the file permissions today. How these permissions are managed, and this is very interesting. Permission management. This is very interesting topic actually. So in the Linux, I think this is the most interesting topic. Because it is bit uh, technical. Technicality wise, it is good. So let's start the file permissions. So basically, file permissions are managed using two methods. One, we have symbolic method. Okay, and other one is numerical method. Numeric method. So numeric method is like numbers, and here it is, and symbolic method is control using alphabets, and these are managed using numbers. And guys, कोई लोग बोले कि थोड़ा फास्ट हो रहा है. So if you have that concern as well, you can tell me. So I am making bit slow now as because मेरी आवाज़ थोड़ी फास्ट ही है, तो थोड़ा slow down करता हूँ मैं. So that was the concern raised by some of the people. So I will take it little bit slow because you have to practice from your end as well. Okay, so in the symbolic method, we have कोई भी. Oh, is it? Oh, wait, sorry. Good. Sorry, I forgot my. Okay, so file permissions in the Linux, let me summarize it again. So basically, file permissions in the Linux are managed using two methods. One is symbolic method and other is numeric method. In the symbolic method, we have alphabets which are managing all the permissions, and in the numeric method, we have the numbers like 1, 2, 3. These are the numbers we are using to control the file permissions. So basically, होता क्या है? Suppose एक file X file है, like let's say utresh.txt एक टेक्स्ट फाइल है. ओके, सो इसके क्या होगा, इसका एक क्रिएटर होगा, उसको अपन बोलेंगे ओनर. ओके, ये जो फाइल जिसने क्रिएट की है उसको बोलते हैं क्लास. लेट्स टेक क्लास एंड देन परमिशन and then codes. Maybe I will write it as a codes, alphabetical codes. So class क्या होता है और परमिशंस क्या होते हैं? परमिशन 3 टाइप के परमिशंस होते हैं. दैट्स कोई भी सपोज एक फाइल है utresh.txt को, आपके पास 2-3 परमिशंस रहेगी. फर्स्ट वन विल बी लाइक रीड. कोई रीड कर सकता है कि ये टेक्स्ट फाइल है, ये इसमें कोई राइट कर सकता है क्या, ये फाइल है ना, इसमें कोई चेंजेस कर सकते हैं क्या. सो दैट इज अंडर द राइट. एंड देयर इज वन एग्जीक्यूट परमिशन. So execute is not in our text files. Maybe executable files are when applications are built. Whenever you build an application, or if you might have downloaded that file. See here, which one was that Linux installation file I shared now. That one was probably let me add on to this maybe. Okay, that might be probably the exe file. So that is, this one is exe file. If you see detailed, this one is exe file. These are executable files. So whatever the application we build, these are executables, but these text files, these are not executables. Just we have read and write permission for them, but still we have to take under the consideration according to the all file types and all the modes. Okay, so class maybe we can define as owner owner, then we have uh, user, then sometimes there is in the organization they don't manage the permissions as per the user. एक्चुअली होता क्या है, सपोज एक टीम में काम कर रहे हो तुम लोग, सपोज एक डेटा इंजीनियरिंग की एक टीम है, डेटा इंजीनियरिंग की एक टीम है, तो every time they don't create a user and give them the all the permissions, like इन जनरल मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि इसे डिफाइन नहीं होता है कि हर एक यूजर को आप क्रिएट करो और उसको सारे एक्सेस दे दो. इट्स नॉट रिकमेंडेड, बिकॉज हर बार तुम जाओगे और उसका एक्सेस क्रिएट करोगे तो इट इज वेरी बिट लेंथी प्रोसेस. बट सपोज एक डेटा इंजीनियरिंग की टीम है तो उसमें सारे एक्सेस देने हैं. सपोज Vasudev is there and he joins this data engineering team. So and he is a replacement of maybe Utresh. Okay, he is just a replacement of Utresh. So what happens? They will not create all the credentials and everything. So they will create one email vasudev.com. Vasudev उसकी कंपनी का डोमेन और .com में भी क्रिएट करेंगे. तो उसको जस्ट they will mirror the whatever the access Utresh had. They will not create everything, or maybe they will just add Vasudev to the particular group they have created. So whatever the access per this Utresh or his group had, it will be mirrored or it will be transferred to him. So no need of providing each and every access to Vasudev, as it is added to directly to that particular group. So इसमें भी classes कैसे रहते हैं कि एक class है उसमें इसको हाईलाइट करता हूँ. इसमें ओनर रहेगा, इसका यूजर रहेगा, इसका ग्रुप रहेगा, और मे बी देयर आर सम others we mark. Others maybe we have one class here, others. So we have owner, use, group, others, and we have three type of permissions: read, write, and execute. And for read we have R. For W we write we have W codes. I'm talking in terms of codes. And for execute we have E. Okay, so this is how the numerical method is managed. Okay, sorry, symbolic method is managed. So let's take a demo of this, and then you will get a thorough understanding of this. So owner, user, group, others. Owner is denoted using O. Okay, owner O. Then user U. User is U. User is managed using U. Okay, and then there is one group that is simply just keep in this mind. This is managed by G, and this is others. Owner is not denoted. User, groups, and others is denoted. Owner is not denoted because he by default he has the all permissions, so he is not managed. His permissions are not managed probably, but here we have others. Okay, user, group, and others. Owner is the file creator, or maybe file or whatever the video or whatever the that content is. Okay, so we have three. Let's take a demo of this one. Let me bring up. Yes. Okay. So if your screen is full, you just need to run this command clear. Okay, it will clear all your screen. Let's say we have a list of files. Okay, we have ls, and we get the list of files. So basically, other day I told you how to check the permissions of particular file. Okay, let me run this command again. Ll. Okay, ll is long list, right? And if you see how many columns we have got here. So we have got probably 7 or 8 columns. I think 7 there are. So this first column itself is the permission. Okay, what I mean by first column is all this. This is the whole column, right? this is the, let me, if I can take it to the Excel. It's not that compatible here. Mm. So here, just see on the screen. There are like 7 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the whole one. 6, 7. Ah, okay. So if you can see, first one is just get into the mind. In the first lecture itself, I told you if that file is starting with the D, that is directory. And if that file is starting with the not starting with the D, that is file basically. So if you can see utresh.txt here, let's focus on utresh.txt now. For now, utresh.txt is it's not a directory, it is file. And we have another logic to uh, recognize it is a file or folder. So we have here folders are in blue and files are here in this little bit of green. Okay, and then if you can see here, it is not started with the D, so it is a file. But first column here, we have the gap here. So first column denotes the permissions, what permissions we have. Okay, so if you see, as we discussed, we have 3 types of permissions: read, write, execute. Read, write, execute. So how it is managed. So currently, if you see now, let's see for this particular file, and let me summarize this as well. So this is all your permissions, and then how many, this second row denotes how many files are linked to this file. So this is the only file linked to this. So then we have user, who is the owner and user of this. So this is covered under this column. And then this column denotes this. So this is numeric column. This will denote what is the size of this file. Okay, this will be denoted by this row, this column. And then this will denote when was the last file, when was the last time this file was edited, maybe, okay, modified, in the simple words, it was modified. So, and then this is your file name. Okay, so let's check the what are the permissions for this utresh.txt explicitly. We just don't want to see all the files, so we will focus on utresh.txt, and we will just play with all the permissions with utresh.txt. Okay, ls-l. Okay, so you can see here, here, let me take this. Okay. So there are 3 types of permissions, as we discuss here: read, write, and execute. And there are 3 classes: user, groups, and others. Okay, and read, write, execute, and all the permissions. We have all permissions also. So all permissions to everyone, if we can grant that as well. So if you can see, we have 9 letters here: read, write, execute, read, write, execute, read, write, execute. There are probably nine, but currently you won't see it as 9, but there are some dash. So every time it is first it will denote file or directory. So it is a file, so it is blank first. It will show like read, write, execute. Okay, and then again read, write, execute. This is for user, this is for group, and this is for RWX, for others. Okay, so that's how it is managed. But if you can see currently, this file, whatever the file utresh.txt has, only user has only read permissions, group has read, write, execute. Then group has not group doesn't have read permission, it has write and execute. And others have others have only execute permissions. Right, now we want to change the permissions of this. Right, let's say first, how we can give all the permissions, or maybe let's just give all permissions first, and then we can manipulate. Okay, then how we can give the all permissions, then chmod is the command. Okay, let's chmod, and then all permissions, uh, and then what you want to give, like write permissions to all. Okay, and to which file? Utresh.txt. Okay, now if you run and again and this command, so if you can see here, earlier user don't have the right permission, right? So everyone now he has got the right permission as well. If you can point it out here, we don't have the right permissions to user, but we have got the right permission to user. But now here we already had the right permission, and here if you can see we don't have the right permission, but now we have got the right permissions to all. Now let's say let give the which one read permission. I think read permission is not for all. Let's give read permission to all. So ch mode is the change mode. It is simply in order to understand keep in the mind for longer time, it is change mode. Okay, ch mode, and then what permissions you want to give. Suppose this is user, right? User has read write. Here see on my screen, user has read write, but he don't have execute. So let's just give him the execute permission. Then user should have plus means and that one first point, I forgot to mention this one. And how permissions are granted. Okay, so how permission is granted. How permission granted or revoked. So get used to these kind of terminologies, guys. So granted, revoked. So don't just use simple English words. This will make a bit of impact once you join the organization or once you are working. If you if you ask like give me permission, just instead of that you can say please grant me the permission. So that will make some impression. Okay, so how to grant the permission or revoke the permission? We have two codes here. Either we can use plus for giving the permission and minus for revoking the permissions. Okay, so that's how it is managed. Okay, what happened to this? Okay, so this is how it is managed. So we are just giving user execute permission. So u plus x on this file utresh.txt. And now let's take again his permission. Now you can see first user don't have the execute permission, so he has got the execute permission. Okay, so that's how you can manipulate all the permissions. And how what we can tell now in this. So try from your side, just try to manipulate all the permissions from your side, and you will get to understand, right? Anything, if I anything missed, retry execute, yes. All the permissions, yes. I think that is all for this symbolic method. Then we can go towards the numeric one. It is clear, guys, right? It's not a rocket science or something. It is pretty clear, straightforward. So just we have to keep in the mind, we have class, though, just we have like users, just get in the mind we have different users. So they are configured user group and others. Then we have simple read write permissions, and there are codes for this read and write and execute. And then how permission is granted is plus minus. That's it, pretty simple. And they, let it be here. So you will get to the whenever you are revising, you want to accept the correction. Okay, so that is, so this is how all the file permissions are managed in numeric symbolic method. Okay, this is how symbolic method is managed. So let's go towards the numeric method now. It is clear, guys, right? I hope it is clear. It was I tried to conclude it in very simple terms. Hello. So this is interesting, guys. Actually, I don't know you are find it interesting or not, but it is really interesting. So currently I changed the, if you can see now what command I used. I use command chmod a, और and I use a minus rwx, और आप देखोगे तुम सब परमिशन चले गए, सब के सब जितने भी utresh डॉट टीएक्सटी को परमिशन थे अर्लियर सब उठा दिए मैंने. सो किसी को कुछ भी परमिशन नहीं देना है तो दिस इज द सिंपल कमांड a minus rwx, और उसको आप सारे परमिशन देने हैं तो जस्ट डू द प्लस. ओके. So usually we don't give the all permissions to all, but just to understand the scenario, how we can manipulate with the permissions. Okay, and then we can check it again. So you can see here all the permissions have been granted. All are now RWS. Okay, cool. That was pretty easy to understand. Just try from your side as well, guys. So this is really interesting. And then so all the topics after this Linux will be really interesting. You will get to feel like I'm doing something. Yeah, really. So then let's cover the, this one is I did symbolic method. Okay. Accept. This is now let's quickly summarize the numeric method. I'm taking a bit slow now because lots of folks said that this is you are taking it too much fast. We are not getting that much understanding. So now we have numeric method here. So in the numeric method we have read write permissions. Similarly, what we have here, permissions will be same, right? Permissions will be same. Read write and execute. All the permissions are same. Okay, but how they are managed? They are managed using numbers. The numbers, basically we have 4 numbers here. Sorry, 3 numbers. 4 is the first one, and then 2 is the second one, and third is the 1. 4 to 1. It is simply 1 to 4. You can keep in the 1 to 4. So first one is similarly we have user here. User. So similarly we have user group and others, so I will not repeat it again. So if you want to give the permissions, like we give the permissions here, now we have numeric method. So chmod, okay, chmod, and now if you can see we have all the permissions there to this utresh.txt. Then we can use all plus minus chmod 777. So basically it is not required here. So utresh. So already we given the permissions. So let's write 421 to utresh.txt. Now let's see the permissions for this. Earlier we had all the permissions, right? So to this utresh.txt. Now you can see there are only read, write and execute. Read is for user, for group is only write, and this is for others. Okay, so how it is summarized? I just wrote this one like 4 to 1. So okay, so if you can summarize it, so if you give the 7 permission, 7, it is just a combination, just a game of combination, guys. If you can understand, 4 plus 2 plus 1 means 7. It is, if you go with the 7, all the permissions are given to particular. Okay, currently let's take what we had here, 4 to 1. Let's take 7 to 1. Okay, let's take 7 to 1 ch mode, and then 7 to 1, and then file name again same, utrecht.txt. Okay, so good. So let's check again the permissions. Okay, then you can see uh, earlier we had only read permissions to user. Now he has rwx. How it is managed? So if you can see, I ran just a command of ch mode 7 to 1. So 7 is a combination of 4 plus 2 plus 1. Read, write, and execute. And this one, first one is user. So user has got all the permissions. Second one denotes other. Sorry, group. Group has only write permission, and we have one permission, one to others. So, and if you want to similar to what we have tried earlier, like ch mode, and then 777, maybe 777 to who, utrecht.txt. Okay, utrecht.txt. Now what will happen? So utrecht.txt will get all the permissions what we earlier had. Now just run this command again. So if you can see, all the permissions are back to the utrecht.txt. How this is how it is managed. So I think this was pretty easy. So let me summarize it, because first time you will not get it as fast I am getting it, but we have similar class here, then user, then group, and then author. Okay, so what is the summation? So if user has 7, then he has all the permission. If user has group has 2, he has only write permissions, right? And other has if he has 1, then he has only execute permission. So that's how it is managed. So this was easy, guys, right? If you usually we don't give all permissions to all, as I mentioned earlier. So these are managed only. So usually we what we do. So in the organization we only give the read permissions. So this one happens mostly with the all the files, maybe, or all the databases, because if you give the, suppose we have one database. Suppose let's take one example. Okay, we have one database, and database means suppose it's a storage. Okay, in that assume. Okay, guys, my audio and video is clear, right? Screen sharing and my audio is clear. Okay, if you all guys any troubles, I think just check your internet connection. You might having some difficulty from your side. Okay, so let me get back to the what we were discussing. So that's what happens if I break in between. So what can someone recall me? What we were covering? So database I was discussing. So simply suppose we have one storage. Just leave the database and all technical terminology. We have one tank here. Insert shapes. Okay, we have simple tank. And if this tank is your tank, and if someone is coming and pouring some water in this, will you allow it? You won't definitely allow it. You will see, or maybe let's take it as your कुआं समझ लो, मतलब एक जो अपने घर पे जो कुआं रहता है या फिर खेती में जो कुआं रहता है, इसे मान लो कि ये कुआं है, और इसमें तुम इसमें किसी को कुछ पानी तो अलाउ कर दोगे, लेकिन कुछ अनवांटेड मे बी stones and everything, you won't allow it to throw in it, right? Just in the similar manner, you will just allow people to just read this, or maybe just take the whatever water you need. Don't play with our water, don't do this dirty, don't do this like anything. So that's how everything is managed. This is a simple example. So similar, we have the same like database here, and we don't allow everyone to do the shit things with our database. So we will only allow particular people. So who is particular developer or someone, we will only allow them to do the changes in our production environment. So that's how we can relate to it, so technicality wise. Okay, so this was the numeric method, and for numeric method we covered all, right guys, we covered. So just try one or two example from your side as well. So this is really fascinating. If you try from your side now, you will find it, yeah, this is really interesting. Okay, and then after this, just let me take water, then we will start back in 2 minutes. Okay.